So, Arjun, I'm gonna move forward a bit, and you had that experience. Like, you got a job, you're paying your loans, you're paying your brother, and afterwards, you moved to a marketing agency. And I saw your recent update. It's been 7 years in that agency. So congratulations on that milestone.
Thank you.
And I think the important factors, the important question I want to ask is, you've been there for so long. How did it start from you? Like, okay, now I'm here as a recruiter. Like you said in the start, like when you're a recruiter, you see the company as your own business as well. So what approach do you take to make sure? Because your main job is to get the right people for the success of the company.
Yes.
So how does that process work? What was your strategy?
Okay. So, the time I got this opportunity,
Yeah.
and it was like I was actually done with my previous employer, and I had to take a decision and
Yeah.
move on. And it was a termination, by the way. So
Got it. Okay.
I had to get into a very difficult conversation, and
Yeah.
this guy had to terminate me.
Mm-hmm.
It was a termination, to be honest. It was not because of underperforming or anything.
Yeah.
It was purely because of the torture that I
Yeah.
was going through, and I had to respond because there is a limit for everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
So after that, I was jobless, and I found an ad.
Yeah.
The company that I'm working.
Yeah.
So the owner of the company had posted an ad on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Again, LinkedIn is the
Yeah.
tool that everyone, I'm telling you, LinkedIn is the place that
Yeah.
connects great opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So just focus on that.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming on any other job boards or any other portals, but LinkedIn is a place where they don't have competitor. You check LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Who is their competitor?
Oh, yeah.
No one.
Yeah.
There's one single player in the market for a very long time, and there's no competition. Build yourself, connect yourself with people who are actually, because there are n number of opportunities in the market. You just need to connect.
Yeah.
Recruiters like me are struggling to get the right people. So why don't you put yourself some effort to make yourself attractive?
Use the right keywords.
Yeah.
So this person had posted something, and being a recruiter mind, I know what he needs when
Yeah.
somebody approaches you. So what I gave is my name, my details like current experience, relevant experience, notice period, negotiable salary, every single details
Yeah.
that he does not need to ask me again.
Yeah.
I put it for him. So relevant skills and everything. It's just a one message. I know you might need these details from me, so here are my details.
Yeah.
Do you think we can meet up and discuss about the opportunity?
Yeah.
I got a message from him. LinkedIn response. There's very less likely that you get response from people when you ask for a job.
Yeah.
But that's how your strategy need to change.
Yeah.
You can't just send a normal message.
Of
I
course.
saw this ad. Can we talk about this?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm very good fit for this. This is a message that I'm seeing every day. And you need to make some differences.
Yeah.
That difference is identifying what the person needs and highlighting that.
Can you repeat that again? Just in proper structure. So you give your CV, you give your...
No, I haven't given my CV yet.
Oh,
My LinkedIn
just-
profile
yeah.
says it all.
Your LinkedIn profile says it all. So what you write it over there is your expected salary.
So I put so here are the candidates. Here's my details.
Right.
So basically, my current organization, which is the
Right.
previous company, and my current title
Right.
and my experience
Right.
is in recruitment. Relevancy on recruitment experience. If it's completely 2 years, and
Right.
some people has relevancy is completely different. Some people have 5 years total experience, but relevancy is only 2 years in
Right.
something. So
Right.
you need to make sure that
So relevant experience.
relevant experience and my key skills. What am I good at?
Key skills.
Don't write like a story. Just
Right.
put
A
skills.
small message.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
My current salary,
And
my
expected.
expected salary.
Yeah.
People are not, because one thing I want to tell you guys is every company has certain budget
Right.
for every position.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay. And one thing we as a recruiter don't have an idea is your salary.
Right.
Yeah.
Putting through an interview and identifying that your salary is higher than my budget
Yeah.
is not something that I want.
Right.
So don't hesitate to give, because I know that industry talk about, okay, why do you ask my salary? You pay what is your budget and everything. But recruiters are working in a structure
Yeah.
where they need an idea about your salary scale. Sometimes you might be at X amount and my budget will be 50% lesser than
Yeah.
what you're taking. So what is the point of you spending time? I'm spending time. There's no point.
Of course.
Give that
Yeah.
data. So I'm not going to reduce your salary. There are companies who is utilizing your salary as a selling point. You are getting this. I'm giving you 20% hike, even though their budget is much higher.
Yeah.
They'll still use that.
Of course. Yeah.
We are not a company who use that. We have a budget and we try to give you the maximum within that budget. So obviously, give your salary, give the expectations. Expectation in the sense you can put a bracket of, okay, this is my
Set the range
expectation,
to this range.
this is my
Yeah.
expectation, and negotiable up to this.
Right.
I can go up to this. Below that, I'm not willing to
Right,
do it.
right.
My notice period. What is, because these two
That's
factors
important as well.
for recruiters very important, because there will be a closing time. So if I'm looking for a person who wants to join in 1 month and I'm interviewing and you have 3 or 2 months notice period,
Of course. Yeah.
does it make sense? But
Right.
I will still interview you because I don't have any other pipeline. So this is how it works.
Yeah.
So this saves a lot of time for everyone.
Yeah.
And actually, like, if people are approaching themselves to any recruiters on LinkedIn,
Yeah.
they can like directly share all this information so that it saves up the time for the recruiter as well.
Yes.
Maybe the recruiter might be thinking of some other candidate.
Yes.
But if you share this kind of information
Right away, you get
right away, you might get a call.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, so when you get a message, okay, hey, I looked at your profile and I want to talk about an opportunity that I'm hiring for. Don't say I'm interested to listen. Because we are sending this to maybe
Yeah.
300, 400 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are sending this
Right,
message to,
okay.
and if you are telling me I'm interested to listen and I'll have to come to your message and write another message, give me your phone number, give me your details to call.
Yeah.
So you are actually taking another step there that is actually losing your opportunity. Instead, I am interested to talk about this. Why don't we get on a discussion? Here are my details. Don't close the door.
Got it.
Don't close the door.
Yeah.
So let the opportunity come to you.
Yeah.
Give a space for recruiters to speak to you directly
Yeah.
rather than I see, because I send a lot of messages to people. What I get is 50% of them. Yes, I'm interested. Let's talk about the opportunity. Where do I talk about the
Yeah.
opportunity? Because I don't have time to
course.
sit and
Right,
write
yeah.
personalized messages.
Yeah.
I think that's what people feel also, no? Because see, you as a recruiter are sending them a message. They think
It's a personalized
that
message. Is
you are just sending them the message and no one else.
Yes.
But the reality is completely different. You might have sent it to 100 different people at the same time.
That's
same
that's the
message.
strategy of
Yes.
recruiter. No, making it feels it is personalized for me.
Right.
So that's where the recruiting skill needs to be
Yes.
there. If you're taking a template of a message, you need to make sure that they need to feel it's a template, it's for them. What I do is always praising them, like telling you that you
Yeah.
got a great profile. I've looked at your profile. And obviously I looked at your profile, but you can't just send me a message
Yes, I'm
saying,
interested.
yes, I'm interested. That to
Yeah.
a button that you see it from LinkedIn, not even typing. I know that.
Oh, wow.
It's just a predefined.
I know, it's just a predefined template.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
They just selected
Don't
that.
do that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because
yes,
it's an opportunity that comes to you. Even though you're not looking for an opportunity, why can't you get through the process?
True.
You don't know what is waiting for you.
True.
You might, yes. So even if you're not looking for a job and if something comes at your doorstep, give it a try.
Give it a try.
Give it a try.
It's your choice
It's your
whether to-
choice if you want to go ahead or not
Yeah,
later on.
it's your choice. Make it clear to recruiter.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for an opportunity, but if something comes, I'm open to discuss.
Yes.
Because you don't know what is waiting for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
So don't do that. Guys, don't ever do that. Any opportunity that
Yeah.
comes to you, just receive it. Have a discussion.
Right.
Nobody is that busy. Everyone has time. I mean, if you
course.
wanted to make yourself time, you have
course.
time.
Guys, I mean, these are some great tips. I hope everyone follows. Let's say now you selected the person. He comes to the office. Now, you as a recruiter, of course, there's one, your interview, and there's a manager, whoever is from that position hiring. What do you look at? Because now you need to make sure this person is the right fit for that manager to look at. So,
So it's a very interesting question, Zian, because up until then I was in an agency.
Yeah,
You need to know that my mindset is completely different from what I'm currently.
exactly. Yeah.
The mindset changed after meeting this CEO of the
Yeah.
company, because the vision that he had for building a team is a totally different concept
Mm-hmm.
than that I have learned
Of course.
throughout my agency career. So I had to change my thought process completely to taking an accountability of what you do. In agency, there is no accountability. There's
Mm.
only some responsibility you fill and you just move on. You get another, you move on, you get another, you move on. But here, it's a totally different game. You are the one building the job
Yeah.
description. I never did that because
Okay.
you get job description from client. You are the one who is building the job
Mm-hmm.
description. You're the one who is posting it.
Yeah.
Which platform you decide where to post it. You're the one who is screening it.
Yeah.
You're the one who is interviewing it. So after interview, you're the one who is onboarding the person, and you're the one who is seeing the person,
Yeah.
and the person becomes your friend.
Okay.
So it's the entire journey.
Yeah.
So I need to change my mindset. I need to think like a business owner, or
Got it.
think like I am running this company.
Yeah.
Why should I compromise on hiring a person to do X job?
Right.
So if you are running a company, will you hire someone just because he has a degree or he has
Mm-hmm.
a, I mean, somebody referred you and do this? No, you won't take that.
Yeah.
I mean, up until now, reference is something that we take, but if you are not going through the interview like anybody else and getting through all the rounds,
Yeah.
you are, even if it's a reference from CEO,
Yeah.
we don't usually hire just because of somebody referred.
Got it.
You will have to go through the same process. There is no backdoor entry.
You can.
So I put myself as
Mm-hmm.
it's my company. Why would I compromise on
Yeah.
any quality of a person
Yeah.
that does any job? I have an option to choose from best.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone is not bad. I mean, everyone has unique skill.
Yeah.
It's just that your job match or your skill match with the job is not
Mm.
at least the
Right.
level of expectation that I'm hoping. So nobody is bad.
Yeah.
Everyone will get job, one or the other place. But what I am trying to fit here is your passion to do the work. I don't mind if you have a degree or not.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't define you as a person.
Yeah.
Right.
Your passion to do the work, your willingness to learn. If you are more curious about knowing things, and you get that vibe from interview. I think this is a skill that I have developed over the 10 years of recruitment
Yeah.
career. Meeting a person in the first 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
I know I can connect
Yeah.
if this guy is gonna make it or this guy is gonna be one of them. I mean, because every company has different cultures. So
Yeah.
luckily, the organization that I'm working, putting a lot of effort in
Yeah.
making the culture better. I mean, they have separate budget for
Yeah.
initiatives for cultures and everything. So one of the criteria that we have at recruitment is basically
Yeah.
50% putting on cultures.
Got it.
I think many company has shifted their focus recently. If you talk about last 3 years,
Yeah.
things have changed in the workplace. Hybrid came,
Yeah.
work
Right,
from
right,
home
right.
came, work from anywhere came.
Exactly. Yeah.
Convenience now.
Yeah.
It's more of convenience. So people change their mindset. If you're not giving, I'll move out.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the mindset.
That's true. Yeah.
So one thing I just want to add is I was listening to a podcast, and I have one of the thing, and I struck it in my mind is there were three generations of jobs. I mean, the first generations of our grandparents
Yeah.
worked in one single company
Mm.
All their life.
all their life.
Right.
Their primary focus was food. I mean, they wanted to earn
Yeah.
to feed the family.
Right.
They don't care how shit is
Yeah.
the job. They don't care how the employer treats them,
Yeah.
how many hours they worked. They don't complain. They
Yeah.
just listen and does. The second generation is our parents. They were focused on more on making it better, like good house,
Right.
good education for I mean,
Like
they're
buying a car.
buying a car. They
all
moved
this.
a little upper level, and
Yeah.
they also started switching the job, but not
Of
frequently.
course. Yeah.
But for example, my dad is a teacher. He can't switch job like
Yeah.
school is school, but he still made sure that we are living in a comfortable life. It's
Yeah.
not about food only. It's not about survival. It's about making it better,
Mhm.
better life. But the generation after that
Yeah.
came on convenience.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you are giving me this, I'll stay with you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I have another opportunity.
Yeah.
Or else I'll start my own thing.
Mhm.
Because accessibility for informations have changed.
Yeah.
Everything changed. When the internet revolutions came,
Yeah.
anybody can become
Yeah.
anybody can
That's
start
true.
a company. So that's the three generations
Yeah.
of work environment. So right now, Gen Z,
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it because
Nobody wants to talk about it.
I think.
Trust me.
No. I think that is an important topic to discuss, right? Because I think we've discussed this with our other guests as well, who are in managerial positions.
But I think recruiter will give a very clear
Exactly.
picture.
That's why I have to ask this question to
Yeah.
you. Is
I want to ask you guys. This interesting question because I know that it's an interview with me, but I still,
of course.
my recruiter comes out from this.
Yeah.
So let's imagine. I mean, during your education, when you passed out from university, when an employer comes to your university for recruitment,
Yeah.
would you prepare yourself to meet the HR or the representative of the company and explain yourself and what were your preparations when you have a interview that comes to your college?
Right. I'll tell you about myself. So I clearly remember the first interview that happened in my college, and I got that interview. So it was not from my background, but then I had to do a little bit of research about the company, what was coming, and for the position basically. So the position that I was applying for. So what kind of questions can be asked and everything.
You prepared yourself.
Yeah, I prepared myself. And thirdly, one thing was because it was an IT company and back in India, I had to make sure that I was wearing the proper clothes.
Proper clothes. Yes.
Yeah.
Zian, how about you?
So I mean, growing up here was kind of different, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
I remember when like we had these career open day in my university, and I would see some students with suiting up going there, and some would be wearing hoodies and shorts.
Yes.
And it was a very different thing. And me coming, my dad's an accountant, and
Yeah.
for him it was like, listen, son, suit, like, or at least wear formals, right?
Yeah.
So we'll wear formals. And one thing I noticed is a lot of them would, without CV, no nothing, they just go talk and just walk out. And like, okay, you know what? It's more like they're deciding if they're choosing them,
Yes.
not the other way around.
I wanted to talk about that
Yeah.
because I stopped going to university,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
I stopped going to I was going till 2020. After
Yeah.
that, I never been to universities.
There was a time when students were scared of recruiters.
Yeah.
Now recruiters are scared of students.
Honestly, it feels like you're going for a movie with your friends
Yeah.
and like asking us, what do you have?
Yeah.
Tell me about your company.
Mm.
Where are we?
You see, and this is what I wanted to ask you, right? Because now when you look at the new generation, with Gen Z, for them, it's more like, they want to work from 9 to 6. Don't expect them to work afterwards. Okay, they don't
Even don't expect them to work 9 to 6.
Yeah, and they have this mentality that if I'm getting the work done, however I'm doing it,
Yes.
that shouldn't be your issue, right? And they have this thing where like that respect factor sometimes is not there. You know how we would. Okay, even when I'm coming, I'm still like maybe most of them are like what 2-3 years younger to me, but there's a big gap in how I approach things and how they approach things. And it's for them, it's more like give respect, you'll get my respect too. And they don't see the seniority and like okay,
They don't.
yeah,
They don't care.
No way.
Yeah.
Somehow they feel that no matter how experienced the person right in front of them is, but they have the complete right to judge them.
yeah,
That's how it is right now.
I think
And it
they are missing the fact of experience.
Yes.
It's one of the things that we need to
Yeah.
respect because it doesn't come
Of course.
just overnight.
Yeah.
It comes with the time.
yeah. And again, like, and I've worked in like different companies over the past few years, and one thing I've noticed is now there's a very big gap on how maybe my manager would deal with an intern and how there's like a weird conflict going on, right? And for me, it becomes like because I also grew up with them because they were my juniors, but I've also worked in an environment where I've worked with that generation as well. So it's more like sometimes they come to me like, what do we do? Or they will come to me like my advice, take my advice interns, but like, what do we say to them? We don't want to work that way. And it becomes the point where like someone like all both the management and the younger generation need to come to a middle point of how to like work together. And that's where like the culture part
Yes.
really becomes important. Because if they feel they're feeling wanted, then they'll be like, okay, you know what? I will listen.
Yeah.
Because right now, more than salary, it's more like the work-life balance or the culture. For them, this generation, that what matters. Like, I
Yes.
don't want to work after. I want to go without my friends, live my life,
True.
and
Yeah.
And I think this
yeah,
generation has a lot of source of incomes. It's
Yeah.
just not the job.
exactly.
You can be an influencer and get
Yes.
paid.
Yeah.
You can be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
You can do anything and get paid. Even trading. I mean,
Or- yeah, yeah.
it's there are people who's doing nothing but trading.
Yeah.
But what they need is a life that is
Hmm.
complete of their own written
Yeah.
script. Like they are not bound by
Exactly.
any number
Yeah.
of hours worked, any person who's reporting. I think this generation wants that. Like
Yeah.
they don't need to be in a hierarchical structure
Yeah.
where they listen to the manager
Yeah.
and does the work. They wanted to be involved in everything.
Equality.
Yeah,
Like
they
they want
wanted to
equality.
see
Yeah.
equality. I think most of the organization will struggle in the future
Exactly.
Yes.
because you are not going backwards, you're going forward.
Yeah.
So you will need to face these people.
yeah.
I mean,
No,
upcoming
like-
years.
I completely agree with you, Arjun, but the whole point over here is that everyone has to agree that yes, you want that equal status. Of course, it's fine. You don't want to call anyone senior to you, sir, but at least you need to have that kind of gratitude towards, or that kind of respect
Yes.
towards that person, that this guy has been in this field for 10 years and definitely I know less than him. That's one thing. And secondly, okay, hierarchy doesn't matter, it's fine, but the only thing is that give that person the respect that they need, which is completely
Yeah.
out of the picture.
I think probably the Gen Z will be start hating you.
Yeah.
Hate you. But you need to understand. Okay, I hate them.
Yeah.
I don't hate them.
Wow. It's all in no, my news.
No, let's Pratik can cut it if he wants. But,
No,
you
don't
know,
cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but just imagine
Yeah.
this situation, like when you were working with our seniors, like we used to give them one kind of respect.
We were
He's my
eager to
senior.
learn.
We were eager to learn. He's my mentor. He's going to teach me. He's the person because of whom I will learn things and bring food to my table.
Yes.
Right?
Mhm.
Now, a junior comes to the office and look at the audacity, yeah? Like, he comes in, he talks to you for 2 days, or he or she, whatever, talks to you for 2 days, and then, hey, how are you? Puts hand around your shoulder, right? Right.
I think-
right.
Oh, no.
I think it's
I think that's the point, right? Like what you were saying, like the future is there, the hierarchical culture is there, and with these kids or like whoever they're coming now, like this new generation, for them, when you say, "Oh, I have my manager has 20 years of experience," one of my interns gave me an argument. If this person has like 10 or 15 years of experience, did he not learn how to respect others? And that point is like, I'm willing to learn, okay, but he needs to understand that things are different. Internet has changed. I have access to all of this. Maybe there's a different way of me doing things. So when it comes to, there's also an ego factor from the senior part, and they're not seeing that. For them, like, how dare you treat me like a friend?
Yes.
And for them, they're like, I'm treating you like, okay, yeah, I'm willing to work with you. Like, have that friendly culture, right?
Yes.
So it becomes that the common ground. That's where we need to find.
I agree with you, Ziana. That's the point because because for example, Vishal comes from a background where he respected the
Exactly,
manager
yeah.
and he gave the respect for
Yep.
him, and he has that back of
Yep.
mind saying that I also get in respect when I reach the stage.
Yeah,
But when he sees what is reality,
of course.
is hitting
Yeah.
hitting back, saying,
Yeah.
okay, there is no one who respects now. I mean,
Yeah.
the people who we are training,
Exactly.
they
You're
are
not-
just
yeah.
using as a tool. That's it.
Yeah.
You are there to teach me. That's it. There's nothing else.
No, I think the people who are most hit are the people who have who are in the border.
Yeah,
like
like us.
between the Gen
Yeah.
Z
Like
and
us.
the millennials, like
Like
they're
us.
the most hit because of
Like
this
us.
whole cultural shift. because we are neither here
Yeah.
nor there.
Nor there.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Not just in job, but in anything.
True.
In anything, even family values. We don't know what to take. Should we go ahead with Gen Z or should we stick on with our parents?
Yes.
We don't know.
Yes.
And we have this thing because obviously when you get married, you will be marrying a person who comes from Gen Z or maybe millennials similar to us. But if it's Gen Z and you are a millennial, you have the values from parents, and this guy does not have any values, belongs to the
Yeah.
family. So you will find the difference. I mean, it's very
Of course.
difficult to manage people like us.
Yeah.
We are not neither there or here. It's just between.
Okay.
Yeah.
So coming back to the topic, like you are a recruiter.
Yeah.
And you would need young people
Yes.
in your company, right? And the only source of getting this younger employees is through college, and somehow you have to change your strategy as well. So, is there a change to your approach? Like, I know you said that now you're scared to go to colleges and recruit them, but I guess there has to be some kind of change
It's
to
not
the
about
approach.
scared part.
Yeah.
It's. I feel there is no scary part to
Of
be
course,
honest. Meeting
I'm
people.
just exaggerating
Yeah,
it.
it's about valuing the time that
Yeah, exactly.
as an employer that you're putting a stall from morning to evening
Yeah.
to meet and explain to students. It's not for us, but for them to show them how the company works. They didn't have an access to any employer. It's an access point for you to know and get an opportunity. Not because I understand from their point of view also, because a lot of companies comes, take the CVs
Yeah.
and leave, no calls, no messages.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
But just be patient.
Yeah.
'Cause at least you are getting this access. There are many students who does not have an access to meet an HR
Yeah.
or even having a conversation. It doesn't mean that every employer that comes to universities comes for recruitment, 100% is recruitment. But you providing your details might give you an opportunity, not now, but later, because we are taking your informations with, because some people we meet, we keep it in track that, okay, I need to use this person when this comes in. So don't expect in a university career fair, I'm going to get an opportunity. So, but give that respect for, as Vishal said, to the people who is coming to meet you. To answer your question, what needs to be changed in the strategies is I would still recommend a university to have a different training sessions to how to attend interviews, how to prepare yourself for getting a job. Yeah. I come from engineering background.
Yeah.
We have, I mean, back in 2009, 8 and all, we had a special people come from different institutes to prepare ourselves for interviews. They make us prepare how to behave in an interview.
That used to be in the final year before the investments
how
would
to
start.
prepare an interview, what clothes you need to wear, how to groom yourself, how to write your CV.
Yeah.
I don't think universities here are teaching you how to write CVs.
I think, growing up here, like, they would just keep these sessions, okay, but it wouldn't be very useful, right? And it wouldn't explain why you're doing this or what you're doing. They'll be like, show your template, like, copy this.
No,
And
that shouldn't be the case. I think if I get a chance to go to any universities, I would take a session for LinkedIn and how to crack interviews, how to make yourself attractive in the market. Because if you are not attractive in the market, because when you pass out, what are you going to put in your LinkedIn profile? There is nothing, but you can still make things.
Yeah, and
you can take courses online. You can add keywords. You can add your interests. You can make your profile looks like an experienced person by just passing out a university.
And I think this is what you see, like, with younger students or like graduates. Like, they're very lost in what to put. Like, to a point, they don't even know how to write an email.
No
you
way.
know? Yeah, they won't know. They won't know the structure. They don't know.
Imagine, Vishal. Take a take a Gen Z's Instagram profile versus LinkedIn profile. How much effort that you put in Instagram and LinkedIn. You will find Instagram effort, reels, photos, filters, edits. You're spending so much time to make your Instagram just to get number of likes and comments. But where in LinkedIn, you just put your name without even a photo.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a Ghost. I don't know who you are.
I think that's where the institution plays the role, right? Of
Yes.
bringing that, because when you see the Instagram part, you'll see all these influencers out there who are doing that and they want to be that. But when it comes to the career part, they don't have someone to look up to. And this is where your university should take the responsibility of being like, okay, this is how you face the next part of your life. But for them, majority will be like, you know what? You came here, you paid the fees, our job is done.
But
Yeah.
I understand people wanted to be influencer, people wanted to
Yeah.
be independent and get revenue. And there are a lot of people who's making it. But I don't think everyone is made for that.
No, of
Yes,
course not.
of course,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
Not everyone is made for that. But universities should focus on creating a bridge for people who really wanted to get a job.
Yeah.
They are also getting spoiled because of how others are moving forward.
Yeah.
So if we get a chance,
Yeah.
more than willing to go to any universities and prepare a 30 minutes presentation,
Yeah.
how to present yourself in an interview, how to present yourself in online. Put some effort how you are presenting yourself in Instagram.
Yeah.
Put yourself on your skill level, not on your outlook level.
Yeah.
Because outlook can change anytime.
Of course.
Skill is something that it will never leave you.
Yeah.
Knowledge is something that will always stays with you.
Yeah, I guess they need to also understand that, on Instagram, you see so much of content, so much of information about, job is something like a lot of
No,
content
not
is.
not everyone will see that because you were getting content as per what you like, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm talking about gens like you know with what content is made for this generation and everything, and you get to get about these negative things about just being in the job, be your own boss, and this and that, those kind of content, and people do get influenced of that,
Of course.
and it's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad.
It's not a wrong thing. Yes, you should be your own boss. You should have your own. You can earn how much ever you want and everything, but you always need to have an exit plan.
Yes.
How would you be your own boss if you don't know anything?
Yeah.
Right?
What if tomorrow TikTok, YouTube
Yeah.
stop paying?
Yes.
Exactly.
What-
Yeah.
Like they stop paying for ads or they stop paying anything. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you don't have an exit plan.
You don't
Yeah.
have an exit plan. So that's what I'm saying. Start your job. Be structured. There
But-
has to be an approach to everything.
But to that point, I think this issue has been there for ages. Let's say cricketers, for example, right? You get these people from villages. They play their cricket. They're well known. And all of a sudden, once they retire, where are they? Like no one knows. They're not making enough money. If they weren't famous, no one's gonna get them for ads.
it's the same with influencers.
Exactly, and that's the same problem. The problem has been there, but no one understands those things. Like with sportsmen, once they retire, they have nothing to go to, unless some company picks them for TV
Yeah,
panel.
like
or
for
work out.
India, if you are a sports person, if you have played for the national team,
Yeah.
You get a government job after you retire.
Okay.
So they have government job until they
Yeah.
until they have lived their life. So
65 or
even after even after they retire, they get pensions
Okay.
and everything.
Yeah.
there isn't.
Yeah, and it depends on level. So if you're a
Yeah.
national player, national level
Yeah.
player, you
State
get a
level.
certain kind of job. If you're a state level player, but it's not like that with
Influencers.
influencers,
Yeah.
right? Your country
have
is not
access.
going to give you a
Yeah.
job, or you're not going to get a job.
I think being an influencer is also not easy because
Yeah.
they'll also have to maintain the consistency.
Exactly.
And when they talk in public,
Yeah. They
they
need to make sure it's the right thing.
make sure what words they
Yeah.
use, and it's very difficult job as well. I mean,
Yeah.
your own mouth can spoil your own
Exactly.
career.
Yeah.
I mean, I have seen a lot of YouTubers
Yeah.
or influencers who had bad mouthed
Yeah.
and they had to face the consequences
Of course.
of that.
Yeah.
So
Oof. Well,
Wow.
yeah.
What
You know,
discussion.
before we want to end it, there's one important question we ask all our guests. What is the definition of success to you? And do you think you've reached that, close to it? Where do you think you stand on it?
I think willingness to take any risk and not saying no to any opportunity that comes to you. Because you are not the complete decision maker of the society
Yeah.
that you are in.
Mm.
You are in a society which is connected with everything. So for you to get a food, you need a supply.
Yeah.
For you to get a job, you need an employer. For you to post a content, you need something else. You need
Yeah.
help from people. So you cannot live your life completely independent.
Mhm.
You can earn independently, but you cannot live independently.
Got it.
You
Yeah.
need the society. So willingness to take anything that comes to you and trying it.
Yeah.
Test it.
Yeah.
If it works for you, it's good. So if I had to stay in India in my comfort zone,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be in the state
Of
right now.
course.
It's a willingness to try something.
Yeah.
I know that there is a risk factor involved,
Right.
but that willingness
Yeah.
you need to show, because nobody is going to come and give you a job.
True.
If you are not
Yeah.
said, it's like I did my 50%, the rest of the part God does take
Yeah.
care.
No.
That's how we are. I mean, you have to put your effort.
Yeah.
If you are not putting effort,
Mm.
one of the thing for anybody here I wanted to talk about is,
Yeah.
when you look for a job, your CV is your key.
Yeah.
If you are not making the right key, the door will not open.
True.
Wow.
You keep knocking, you keep trying, but
Yeah.
the door will not open.
Yeah.
So the wrong CV, it's as I told, you have seen one job,
Yeah.
1,000, 2,000
Yeah.
application.
Right.
How I get called?
Exactly.
How can I expect a call?
Nice. So, in conclusion, the definition for success to you is just the willingness to try something. Keep the door open.
Yes, keep the door
Nice.
open.
Amazing.
It's not. I mean, I feel like we are all in a world or a place where we reached a convenience level of peak. Like there are different part of the world where they are struggling to
Right.
get
Yeah.
food, to live. I
Yeah.
mean, you know what's happening in around the world.
Of course.
I don't want to talk about politics or
Yeah.
what's happening around, but we are privileged.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
so
True, very
much
true.
privileged in every way, and we complain about things.
Exactly.
My food is delayed.
Yeah.
My car is not washed. My car
When is my tea going to arrive?
Yes, and this is cold.
Yeah.
Come on,
Of course.
it's we reached in a state where we feel like it's the demand for my life, and
Right.
it's a convenience to peak level. I mean, we are not grateful for anything that we
We're still
have.
crying for.
We are still not fulfilled with the life that we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are not grateful for what we have. I think everyone should reflect them,
True.
what you have and what you can see outside the world.
We still. Do you think as a recruiter, the salary compensation is based, how much you get is based on your nationality as well?
I think it's just not recruiter. I think there is a hidden. It's a controversial thing.
Okay. Yeah.
But as a market standard, as a recruiter, I see how the salary is structured, because we do market research. We
Okay.
do.
Just for example, I am from India and I'm a digital marketing manager, and then we have a person who is from, let's say, UK, and he's also a digital marketing manager, same age, same level of experience. Would that person get higher salary than me for the same job?
I'm coming to that point.
Yeah.
I think there is definitely an inequality of the pay in the market. This is my own knowledge. There is no data to back up, or it could be controversial in the market.
This is your view.
I don't mind if it's gone controversial. Especially Asians are considered the low cost employees.
Right.
Like we are considered as, when we get paid, they feel like it's enough for them, regardless of the skill.
Yeah.
Right.
Not every employer. There are great employers who focus on equality in pay, equality in everything based on the skills, job, and everything. Luckily, I'm on one kind of the company.
Yeah.
But there are so many companies. They even discuss your salary. This much dirhams is equal to this much money in Pakistan or India.
Okay.
But they're not talking about, I'm not living there.
Exactly.
My living cost in India is zero. I have my own house.
Yeah.
I own my own garden. I have vegetables. I have fruits. Everything there.
Yeah.
I'm not spending anything. But here,
Yeah.
I need to spend on my transportation.
Yeah.
My food,
Fuel.
my accommodations, what else? My fines.
Yeah. Of course.
Come on.
Yeah.
I might be earning less than or equal to that I was earning in India.
Right.
Being in my own house, my own comfort.
As in saving.
As in saving,
Yes,
of course.
saving. Yeah.
But the overall, so when you talk about my income or anyone's income from India, they might say, oh, you're getting this much amount.
Yeah.
But they are not seeing that I'm not even getting the savings that you are having
Of
at the
course,
moment,
exactly.
man.
Yeah,
To conclude your answer, Vishal, I feel there is a big inequality in the pay structure when it comes to race. I think it should not be there. It has to be based on the skill.
yeah,
You need to put through people based on the skill. If you are doing X job and the person who comes from, let's say, Europe or British or US cannot fulfill the way that you are doing, he cannot get a higher pay just because if he comes from a stronger passport.
Right.
yeah.
I mean, the job has to be focused on skills, not based on nationality or the race.
Okay.
And being coming from an engineering and zero knowledge in recruitment
Yeah.
or HR, did not do any additional courses. From my experience of 10 years, I wouldn't support such company in anywhere that I go. And my knowledge in HR is completely different.
Yeah, the company's decision is to themselves, but you wouldn't.
I
You
don't
wouldn't
want
suggest that.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
wanted to have a company. I mean, I have my own choices to work in any company. If I
Right,
don't
right.
wanted to continue working in any
Yeah.
company that is more of racism, that has racism in the company, I don't support.
Yeah.
In anything. And
Sense.
what in the place I work is I try to bring more nationalities. I try to bring more mix in the
culture.
company.
Yeah.
Don't bring one kind of nationality in the organization and spoil. And that's where the politics creates.
Yeah.
When one community gather together in any company,
Yeah.
politics create. Diversify
Of course.
and see and make them feel that you belong. Make them feel like you are compensated. Listen to them
Yeah.
and value their contribution rather than
True.
their nationality.
True. Well, I mean, that was a good question, man.
It's
up to you guys if you want to put it or not.
It's a very
Just
good
wanted to-
question. I don't mind putting
Yeah.
this online
That's
because it's a controversial thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we are in a country that promotes diversity
Yes,
and
yes,
equality
yes,
and
yes.
everything.
But things like this do happen.
Things like do happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a country that has been empowered by people. I mean, the vision of
Yeah.
the visionary is it's like way ahead than people
course.
can think of. Like
Right.
it's a country that evolves every day, changes every day, and we are so grateful to be in such country because what you don't have
Yeah.
here, what you don't have,
Right.
one call.
Yes.
One button from your phone,
Yeah.
Of course.
your entire thing is done.
Yeah.
Like you don't even move from your couch.
Yeah.
Just be there.
Yeah.
People come and do your work. Cleaning your house,
Yeah.
washing your car, filling your fuel tank. You don't even need to move your car.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, honestly, Arjun, great session. I mean, you had some great tips for all of our
Thank
younger
you.
graduates, even professionals to use. And Vishal asking some right questions at the right time.
Finally. I think it's something to do with the new mics.
Could be.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something to do with recruiter conversation.
Yeah, of course. But I hope you enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it. To be
Yeah.
honest, I felt like reconnecting with you guys. I've
Yeah.
known you since a very long time.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really nice to talk to you and sit and talk to you. I don't think we had a conversations like
Never.
one
Yeah.
1.5 hours talking about life, talking about career.
Yeah.
It's a very good.
I think I have a suggestion for you, Arjun. I think you should start your own Instagram channel or a YouTube channel just giving tips on recruitment.
That's a great tip, though.
Yeah, just give tips like how
Yeah.
you see how I asked you a question about can you list down the points again? Like definitely what we are going to do is we are going to create a snippet out of it and we are going to
But
post
make-
it ourselves.
Yeah.
But these kind of points like a short form video about like recruitments, giving tips to people, like some things that you said right now, just so useful to people and really people don't know, like
There are a lot of things that you
Yeah.
can do in
yeah,
LinkedIn.
and you can really
Yeah,
do
there are a
this.
lot of things that you can do in LinkedIn. People think that courses, certificates
Yeah.
in LinkedIn are always paid. There are unpaid courses
Yes.
and
True.
certificate that you can still put on your LinkedIn and make it more attractive. There is some hacks that you can still keep your profile attractive. It's just that you're not spending enough time
Yeah.
to make yourself
Of
attractive.
course.
So if you are making your CV, you need to feel that
Yeah.
this is my future.
Exactly.
And you're just
Yeah.
copying, pasting it from somebody else
Yeah.
and putting it there and sending it. It's
Yeah.
not going to help you.
That's true. That is true. And on that note, before we finally end it, just want to tell people that you see this cup. There's no sponsors here yet. We're in discussions. So if anyone still wants to be part of that whole structure, come to us before we finalize on our sponsors. So
Right.
yeah, and we'll see you in the next episode of Karak Chat podcast.
See you.
Thank you so much, guys. It
Ciao.
was a pleasure meeting you guys.